Hi guys, Justin here, welcome Farm 26, and I know you can only see the front tire, but that is the 9600 4010, and if you look real close, the tire man's been here. He came and left, but yeah, he took some rubber off. I'll show you. I like to know what I've got in there for. So we'll start with 9600 here, and so I had my tire guy out in the field a couple times on this side. Actually, he touched this 3 times, and I said, you know, by fall we are gonna go look into it, and we're gonna clean this room up. So we knew this one was dirty, and I just took a wire wheel and flap disc to see just how well our valve stem area was, and I can work with him. And even though I should probably do the same on that side, we're just going to tackle this side for today. When I've got him back another time and there isn't any pressure on this tractor, I might have him pull that other side and we'll deal with that then. But anyways, 4010, yeah, he's got no rubber. And I was pretty surprised because both sides had a little bit of leak on the inside, but that's all the worse the rim is. That's not going to be too bad to clean up. And I did the same. I checked my valve stem areas. I can deal with them. And 4010, I'm going to show you exactly why he's got both off. If you look, I mean, they're bald. They're 100% tread, 100% gone. Yeah, these actually here, the lugs are even flat to each other, and it's not improper air pressure. These tires were put on when I was a little kid, and yeah, I was surprised they've lasted as long as they did. The reason why they kind of went is they actually started leaking fluid through the sidewalls now, and it's just time. So, well, I'll show you a bit on the 4010 here in a second. So here you go, I got the one still up against the shed, and these are the 2 that you've seen in just about every video that I've made. I actually bought these last fall, and yeah, they've been sitting outside, but they're Super All Traction 23-degree Firestones, just standard bias ply. They're nothing real special. If you want, right there's the real tag. And they are going to be just fine for that 4010. 9600, yeah, here's the tire stack. There's nothing wrong with this guy. I know he doesn't have 100% tread, but he's more than good enough to go back on. I would actually say when it comes down to tires, the bigger problem is these co-ops. And yeah, they were actually the drive tires, or the inside tires, and I was having some flat issues with them, and I said, you know what, I'll deal with them on a dual, but I won't deal with them on a driver. So we did those tires about I'm gonna say 15 years ago, ballpark, and they're in good enough shape. They'll go back on, but yeah, this here, he's gonna take my time, and I don't know if I'm really gonna, I don't know how I'm gonna video him yet. I haven't figured that one out yet. I was kind of just getting some things together and seeing what I needed for supply and whatnot, and I'm gonna have to run to town here next, make sure I got everything that I need. But we're gonna take regular flap discs, you know, they're nothing crazy. A regular grinder disc, and I mean, I know he doesn't have a sticker on him, but he's just a regular rock. We'll get all the real big stuff off of the rock, and I'll show you how this works. So this finish right here, what that is I took the big rock, and you can see that right there. and I just got all the flaky stuff off, and I come back like up here and smooth them off of the flap. I haven't wire wheeled them yet, but once you wire wheel them, a lot of these little tiny pock marks of rust come out. Then it's the same with the sides around the valve stem. These Ford ones aren't going to be too bad. The only thing I'm kind of worried about on this whole deal is, roll this around, on this Deere they got these little indents, and what they do, I am trying to see if I can find one that's on a bead. Yeah, right here. So when you bolt this tight, your keeper, maybe I'll try from the other side. Ah, here's a good one. Oh, and he's not on it. There he is. So your keeper here, or your clamp, you sandwich him on either side and he can't spin on the rim then. But to get them insides cleaned out and rust free is going to be my issue. I can die grind him out, but that doesn't leave me real smooth. I'm going to see what I can find for a little wire wheel just to dress. Oh, I don't know how many there is. About a dozen of them or so on each one. But that's going to be the fun part. Well, with that, I'm going to run to town and get my supplies, and we'll get back to it. So I think since this Ford is the worst, I'm going to start grinding on him, and in interest of it's going to be me and a lot of time on that grinder, I think what I'm going to do is just put you guys time lapse, and but you guys know what I'm going to be doing. Yeah, grinder wheel, flat disc, and the old wire wheel. And I did manage to find just about everything I need. The only that I don't know about is this became my solution for, and it is just a little flap disc for the old die grinder to get in them little scallops in that Deere rim, and we'll see just how that is or isn't. And if I end up having to run to the hardware store for a little wire wheel, that's fine too. But yeah, let's get going. So there it is, first pass, you know, your coarse stone with your grinder wheel. Is everything off? No. Is it remotely smooth? You know, if the guy really wanted to, and I know your primer wouldn't last long, but you could probably primer it up and ship it. It's not as good as what I want. I want that rust out, that way my primer stays. But yeah, I've seen them go like just like that and be serviceable for many years, just like that, and painted, you know, I mean, just rattle can paint. But I got this little guy to take care of. I'm going to hit him with a torch and try and bend him back just a little bit, and off to the flap disc. So I just thought I'd show you how far it come along. I mean, there's still a little bit of pox or rust, but it should all buff out like this come the wire wheel, and that's next step. I mean, she's coming along. Is she perfect? No, but it's definitely going to be serviceable. And once there's some paint on there, it will stop eating tubes. Like I said, this one here was eating a tube about every other day. So we just can't have that. Still got 40-10 to go on, but yep, hope you guys are enjoying. Well, there you go. I mean, I'm not going to say that there isn't any hint of orange left, but because there is, but it's good enough for paint, and the paint I'm using is a for rusty metal paint. So I don't know what they actually put in there, if it's a zinc or something that you know, kind of puts a heat to it, but it's worked out well with a finish like that. But yeah, that's ready for paint as soon as I'm gonna have to put something up that way I don't wreck all my blue. But on to the Deere. So this Deere, as you can see, the rims are a lot better shape, both of them. I'm just going to start with the wire wheel and see where we get, and yeah, see where we get. If we got to pull a flap disc out, if we got to pull, I don't think there's any need to pull a regular stone out. But if I got to pull a flap disc out to clean some of it up, that's what we'll do. All right. Well, at least this part isn't so noisy. But yeah, I just thought I'd give you this live. Let's see how this is going. All right, this isn't so bad. All right, get what's comfortable here. If anyone's curious about my painting setup, it is not anything fancy. This is just what the fleet supply store had. But I'll be honest with you, for what I do, it's plenty good. If I'd actually get into repainting a tractor for real, I might think about better. And I'm just repinching that little bit because that's what gets scraped. This is all paint for function here. Just my sun's going down, so I kind of wanted to get that 4010 painted today, or primed. But it just isn't in the cards as far as time. Let's see. I'm not that strong. Oh, tire iron. Doesn't turn hard, but it does have some resistance. There. We might even win on this one. Just enough left to do a little touch up. That's it. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this one. I don't know, we'll see what it counts up to, but probably be a two-part deal on this. Kind of thought I'd get a little further along today. But, well, till next time, have a good one. Enjoy.